Ever wonder why you're completely exhausted, even after getting a full 8 hours of sleep? Welcome to the reality of the always tired generation, where chronic burnout has practically become a personality trait. But this isn't just about drinking too much coffee or staying up late scrolling through your phone. Today, we are diving deep into the actual science behind our collective exhaustion and how we can finally wake up. We face a paradox of progress. We have material convenience like rapid delivery and smart machines. Yet, we experience invisible exhaustion from constant notifications, processed foods, and economic stress affecting us at a cellular level. The numbers are stark. 76% of young professionals report sustained psychological burnout. This isn't laziness. It's a chronic neurological load, a systemic cultural collapse. The psychological toll includes inescapable vigilance, forcing brains into constant scenario planning. Micro-comparison loops from social media track status threats. These run as, quote, energy bleeds, rapidly draining our somatic batteries. The hyperarousal loop means chronic modern stressors, though not physical threats, activate the same fight-or-flight system. A stressful text keeps adrenaline and cortisol high, preventing essential cell repair. Sleep times are declining drastically. Averages have dropped from 8.5 hours in 1960 to 6.2 hours today. This multi-decade sleep drop pushes human neurobiology past its safe adaptation point. Sleep is regulated by two systems: adenosine, the chemical pressure from being awake, and melatonin, released by our biological clock. When light signals or timing is scrambled, these forces clash, leaving us exhausted but awake. Blue light is a major disruptor. Our retinas are highly sensitive to it, and looking at screens late at night signals our brain that it is daylight. This stops melatonin release and delays our biological sleep phase by up to 2 hours. Bedtime procrastination is a desperate bid for control after a regulated workday. The late-night scrolling gives cheap dopamine to an emotionally depleted brain. This creates a cumulative sleep debt that weekend catch-ups can't fix. Disrupted REM cycles are another issue. Even silent screen light-ups at night alert our brain, causing micro-awakenings. This tears our sleep structure apart, robbing us of deep cell healing and emotional REM consolidation. Information overload is straining our cognitive resources. The human brain processes roughly 34 gigabytes of raw data daily. This massive volume leads to decision depletion, rapidly exhausting the prefrontal cortex glycogen reserves before noon. The multitasking myth comes with a 40% cognitive penalty. Jumping rapidly between tabs and conversations triggers constant neural recalibration. Your brain expends extra metabolic energy, leading to complete exhaustion by day's end. The social comparison loop is relentless. Scanning idealized profiles triggers a subconscious evaluation of our social safety. This background processing raises baseline cortisol, demanding physical energy to stay emotionally steady. The notifications loop causes microadrenaline spikes. Every small alert triggers dopamine and cortisol to focus attention. When this happens hundreds of times a day, adrenal receptors become overworked, leading to lethargy and brain fog. Hustle culture burnout is driven by societal pressure to optimize every minute. This makes rest feel like a waste of time. When rest is paired with guilt, our nervous system cannot enter the restorative parasympathetic state. Work from home has blurred the boundaries between the living office and personal space. Constant pings create an obligation to reply instantly, and the loss of a commute removes the critical transition window needed to wind down. Financial exhaustion is rampant. Rising living costs force many to work long hours or take side gigs, eliminating restorative rest. Fear of job loss leads to survival presenteeism, pushing exhausted bodies to the point of collapse. Sustained high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, damage mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. This cellular-level exhaustion means your cells struggle to produce ATP, making simple daily tasks feel incredibly tiring. The caffeine paradox shows that while caffeine temporarily masks tiredness by blocking adenosine receptors, it disrupts deep sleep when consumed in the afternoon. This leads to a tired morning and an increased dependence on caffeine to function. A diet heavy in quick-burning processed carbohydrates creates rapid blood glucose spikes and insulin crashes. This metabolic roller coaster is a major cause of intense afternoon fatigue and the general feeling of being worn out. The sedentary paradox reveals that muscular inactivity stops proper lymphatic flow and reduces mitochondrial creation. Sitting still signals to your body that energy demands are low, causing a reduction in baseline energy production. Cellular starvation stems from nutrient deficiencies. Constant indoor life depletes vitamin D, while chronic stress rapidly uses up magnesium. Even mild dehydration forces the heart to work harder to oxygenate the brain. Urban sensory overload includes persistent acoustic intrusion from background sounds, keeping your amygdala active. This forces your brain to expend cognitive energy, actively filtering out noise, depleting energy reserves. The nature deficit is the result of spending life completely indoors. Access to green environments is clinically proven to lower stress markers and restore focus, yet we often miss out on these healing effects. Social exhaustion, or the isolation threat, means our brains treat a lack of deep human connection as a physical safety risk. This triggers stress genes, causing chronic inflammation and deep physical exhaustion. To restore melatonin, commit to strict screen curfews 60 minutes before bed. Move all smartphones out of the bedroom, using a basic alarm clock to prevent late-night scrolling and sleep disruptions. Achieve circadian alignment through early daylight exposure to anchor your master clock. Dim evening lights after dark to allow natural melatonin synthesis, and maintain a cool sleeping climate for optimal sleep onset. Practice deep rest methods by incorporating 20 minutes of non-sleep deep rest or meditation in the afternoon. This simple practice resets the nervous system, lowering stress hormones and raising your baseline energy. For metabolic recharge, prioritize balanced energy by focusing on fiber, fats, and clean proteins to keep glucose levels steady. Boost nutrient density with magnesium-rich greens and mineral hydration for cellular energy creation. Engage in mitochondrial expansion through consistent low-intensity Zone 2 exercise, like light jogging or walking. This increases mitochondrial volume, improving your body's base ability to generate clean cellular energy. To reclaim agency, set clear boundaries, stopping late-night work communications. This prevents stress hormone production, allowing your nervous system to fully recover and rest before the next day begins. The Re-Energize protocol is a 4-week plan. Week 1 focuses on a strict digital curfew. Week 2 involves getting morning sunlight. Week 3 cleans up your diet. Week 4 establishes strict off-work boundaries. The future is rest. Recovering from modern fatigue isn't about drinking more coffee. It's about respecting our basic human biology in a highly unnatural digital world. Thank you for listening to this video.